Hi everyone, happy Sunday. This is a video response to Use Your Stamps Monday. And I will put the links below to the two gals that started this and put the challenge out to us about using your stamps. And I like that challenge because I have lots of stamps that I have been collecting since the late 80s, and I rarely get rid of any of my stamps. I started out with all wood-mounted stamps, and if you go back and look at some of my earlier videos, you'll see my stamp room where you can see the stamps. And my husband built shelves, so I have a lot of stamps on the shelves, but I also have rolly carts full of different sets from Stampin' Up! And Close to My Heart. And then of course when acrylic and photopolymer stamps came out, I started buying those. So I'm a stampaholic, admittedly. And so that's why I like this challenge, because I decided to use stamps that aren't like necessarily brand new stamps that I've purchased. So anyway, I wanted to start by showing you the products that I used to make my card today. I used Memento Black ink. I used these decorative scissors from Family Treasures. I used this washi tape, and I believe this is from Close to My Heart. I used this vellum adhesive that I think I got from scrapbooks.com. It works really good. It's Forever in Time Scrapbook Collection. It comes in these sheets, and then you just cut off the little piece that you need, and it's like double-sided sticky. Anyway, works good. I used one of these doilies from that I got at Michael's. It's Recollections, and there's also silver ones in there. I don't think you can see it very well. Some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals from Stampin' Up! I used this dot embossing folder from Close to My Heart, and I liked, I have another dotted one, but I used this one because the Close to My Heart folders are a bigger size, and what I was embossing, I made a bigger card today, and the smaller embossing folders weren't big enough, so this worked perfect. I used a card from these card sets that you can get at Michael's. I can't remember what I paid for it. There's not a price on here, but there's 50 cards in the package, and they are 5 by 6.5. And I used a pink color. This is like it was a collection of different colors. It's basil paper. One side is textured and the other side is smooth. And to show you how long I've had this paper, Craft Warehouse dates their stickers. That was from August of '05, and back then I paid $6.29 for this, and there were 25 sheets in that package. I also used vellum, and this is from Close to My Heart. And then I used white cardstock from Stampin' Up! The stamp I used is this one. Since I wanted to go with Valentine's, I figure if I'm making cards right now, I need to be making Valentine's cards, because I work full-time, so my stamping time is limited. Anyway, so I used this stamp. It is called Hearts Bouquet. It is from Stamps Happen, and yeah, so I used that. And then inside the card I used this stamp for the greeting. It's from Uptown Rubber Stamps. I don't know if either of these companies are still around, but anyway, that's what I used. And here is my card. So as you can see, I followed the color guidelines that were on the stamp. Besides the products I showed you, I used my Spectrum Noir markers. I stamped the design on this side of the vellum with that Memento black ink. The background coloring I did on the back of the vellum, and then the hearts I colored on the front. And I've been kind of, you know, trying out how alcohol markers work with different things lately. And what I found with this is that I don't think they work that well on vellum. They bleed out, which I didn't color, I didn't care, because this has a watercolored effect to it anyway, so I didn't get all freaked out when it started bleeding outside of the lines. But what I've also found is that, and probably those of you who use alcohol markers already know this, or maybe not, but they don't work if you use heat embossing. I tried that. It just melts. The alcohol markers just kind of melt that heat embossing, so that doesn't work. So it's kind of, you know, as you're experimenting with your products, you learn as you go. But I used the decorative scissors around the edges of the vellum to give it that kind of jaggedy look. I used one doily, one of those glitter doilies, and I cut it in half for behind here. This is where I used the embossing folder for that paper, and the washi tape. And for whatever reason, maybe it was because of the texture on the paper, I'm guessing that must be the reason, the washi tape wouldn't stick. I tried burnishing it with my bone folder, and nothing was making that lay down. Even though it was sticky, it just didn't want to stick. So right before I set up to do this video, I took this Tombow glue pen. It's just like a regular ink pen. It's a really fine point and lays out a really fine line of glue. Anyway, I put that on, and finally it's laying down and stuck. This little heart was just something from my stash. I believe this was like it's foam. I believe I got it at Dollar Tree. It was just like some of those scatter hearts that you can get there. And then, so I popped up the white layer with the foam dots, glued the vellum on using that vellum adhesive, and then inside I stamped that and colored that. However, I didn't color that with my Spectrum Noir markers. I have some older, close to my heart alcohol markers, and I used those to color it with. They don't sell these anymore. I'm trying to pull one out so you can see it. This is what they look like, and they had trouble with these markers. They tended to dry out, which some of mine have done, so they don't sell those anymore. Anyway, that's my card. I'm satisfied with the way it turned out, and it was fun playing with this stamp, because frankly I don't know that I have ever used it before, so that's why I like this challenge. Anyway, so I hope that you will play along and use your stamps and do a video response as well. And like I said, I will post the links below of where to get the information. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.